What's up guys, Jan Stavisky coming at you with a brand new crypto video today. It's December 10th, 2017. Bitcoin futures have dropped, CME futures. Now, I'm going to be talking about my strategy for Bitcoin for the next couple of days and weeks, and I'll tell you what I think might happen with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general. Now look, I've been in Bitcoin for about 5 years now. Bought it at 85 bucks, and I've gone through each cycle. I've gone through the 2013 crash and the entire run up to where it is now at about $15,000. Look, we've gone to about $20,000 on GDAX, which is Coinbase. Now, because that's kind of like the gateway to crypto, everybody that's new, the new money comes through Coinbase, which is GDAX. That means all this hype right here is all new money. This is all new money that thinks because CME futures are coming out, Bitcoin is going to skyrocket to the moon more so than it already did. Now let's take a look at how high it went up in just a few days. Now in just 10 days, we saw 20,000 on GDAX. This is a 260% run up. Whenever there's an end of a trend, whether it's the end of the entire trend or the immediate trend, we usually see a blow off top, something like this, where it goes up like a crazy amount and then it drops. Now, of course, we don't see that yet. We see a little bit of a sell-off, a bounce, but let's look at each run-up. Okay, let's look at the previous 10 days, right? The previous 10 days, we saw 160. Now this has been the same for every single run-up. It's been 150, 160%. This was 260. 260. If we go down just a little bit further, right? 260. Now, what does this mean? Are we gonna see a massive blow off again? Upcoming for the December 18th China exchange coming out with futures, because that's a much bigger exchange. Understand the Chicago exchange is significant news, but China, the CME futures on the China exchanges is a lot bigger because the volume is significantly bigger on those exchanges. My thoughts on this week: I'm going to be sitting back and watching the markets. I'm not buying. I took profit right over here, and I think charting, if anybody's actually going to be trying to chart these markets, I think you're going to be hurting, and you're not going to be able to, because even though we're looking at a bull flag here, people have so much money at these prices, and I'll show you right here. People have so much Bitcoin. There's a chart right over here. Now look, 0.94% of addresses own 28% of Bitcoin. That means that if somebody really wanted to regulate the market, regulate the prices and control them, that is very easily done because they have so much Bitcoin. My thoughts are, does Wall Street, because Wall Street's going to be coming into the market, would they be paying $15,000 per Bitcoin prices or more? My thoughts are, I don't think so. And coming up to the 18th of December, when the futures in China drop, I think there's going to be a little bit more FOMO, and I think the price is going to be held up by these whales manipulating the prices. And we'll see a lot of volatility, which is why I'm just going to be sitting back and watching what happens. If we do see a crazy run up, we know that Bitcoin goes up and goes down and always establishes previous support at resistance. I mean, it just always does. Check this out. We had a run up right over here. You see this resistance established as support. Let's move to the next one. Resistance established at support just about. Right here we kind of stopped doing that. We completely go parabolic, straight up. We have a lot of FOMO, we have a fork, we have the CME futures, and we have these huge events. A lot more money is coming into the market. But what we have to understand is that something like this is not sustainable. There's, not enough money. Because just because CME futures drop doesn't mean that everyone's going to be rushing in all at the same time. I think it's going to take some time to stabilize. And although in the future, I think Bitcoin is going to be worth a crazy amount of money, more so than it is now, I think short term there's going to be pullbacks, there's going to be crazy volatility, there's going to be manipulation, and I think we're going to see a lot of that in the next couple of weeks before the 18th. But because I think we're going to see something like another FOMO event for the next couple of days, I think we're going to see another sell on the news. Now, I really don't know how far it's going to pull back, and anybody that tells you they do is flat out lying to you, because markets can be easily manipulated. Somebody with, let's say, 10,000 Bitcoins can sell the market, or even more, because 28% of the wealth in Bitcoin is only owned by less than 1% of people. Something like this can be done. Bitcoin bought up, right, with leverage. People are using 1,500x leverage on BitMEX, using more Bitcoin than they have. Obviously, a lot more Bitcoin is being bought up than actually is. It can spike the price, and I'm not buying, because anything can happen. It can spike up the price, and then it can be shorted. It can be shorted against these buys. Whales can manipulate the price like crazy, and you would not know it. You can get faked out on any position if you try, using Fibonacci's or whatever charting tools you want to use. It does not work in this kind of volatility. It doesn't matter. Okay, so you have to kind of see what's going to happen in the next couple of days. Are we going to see a run up and then a FOMO and sell on the news? I think there's going to be a lot of manipulation, but my theory is that after all this volatility happens, all this craziness, maybe it does this, well, not that, but maybe it does this, maybe it goes down a little bit, maybe there's some FOMO, right, another pump, maybe it goes up to 20, maybe it goes up to 25, right? I think there's going to be a pullback at any time, right? And there is always a possibility that this, because it's such a crazy dump, that's over 60%, something like that, to previous resistance, signals a bear trend, and we have some serious consolidation in the next couple months. If if we look at similar events, we look at uranium, we have a similar chart. And when CME futures drop, exactly, we had about a 60% pullback, which kind of lines up with this. If something like this happens in the next couple of weeks, understand, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a professional. This is just my strategy. This is what I think is going to happen based on history, my experience, and looking at different markets. I think you need to take everything into accountability and hedge your risk. Don't put any money into the markets that you're not willing to lose. And be safe out there, understand the risk, and take every possibility into account. Alright guys, that's the quick update. You understand what I'm thinking, what's my strategy for the next couple of days, weeks, what might happen to Bitcoin, how you should plan accordingly. If you want to see more videos like this, if you want to do my Bitcoin giveaways pretty soon, I'll be doing those. And I want you to stay tuned, because I want to make you guys experts in crypto and make a lot of money in these markets, because there's so much potential. So I really hope you stay tuned. If you have any questions, comment them in the section. I'm gonna answer every single one, and I'm really looking forward to it. Cheers.